What is up, gang? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. Happy Father's Day! It is Sunday, Father's Day, and I figured I would go live here. I was planning to do this yesterday, but I had to change my schedule around a little bit, so I figure out why not go live today. I'm going over some Kitty Pryde covers. So, if any X-Men fans out there, any Mutant fans out there, any Kitty Pryde fans out there, Kitty Pryde is one of my favorite characters just as a whole in comics. I love everything about her. And I thought maybe I'd show. I realize I have a ton of covers and just books based about her or around her. And I figured I'd take some moments to share that off here this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I should highlight first and foremost why yes, I'm a Kitty Pryde fan. One of the reasons, though, that kind of got me even extra inspired to do a live stream video is because my buddy Terry Vaughn 9 over on Instagram. I put his information in the description below. He has created a list of X-Men, characters that is encouraging everybody to basically show off a cover. It's a cover challenge. So if you guys are not familiar with Instagram cover challenges, people have been making a ton of lists really over the last few years. And Terry here had put together a really cool list. And yesterday, June 14th, happened to be Kitty Pryde. So because she's one of my favorite, I wanted to go all out. And I did show I showed this book here. If you guys are not familiar with it, for her first appearance, her and Emma Frost. So this is X-Men 129, and that's in a nice 8.5. I got this signed and graded Chris Claremont signature there. This was my first copy I ever got. It was the first and only time I ever did CGC, where I submitted. I don't normally do a lot of CGC stuff. I don't typically buy too much either. I do have a couple slabs, but I typically like to buy raw books nowadays. But with this book being so special and a pretty high grade, I wanted to get it graded. This is also, now that I think about it, my buddy Otto from 3 Men in the Basement. This is his copy that I bought from him. He sold me the whole Dark Phoenix Saga run for really, really good price at the time, especially before the pandemic and everything, before things blew up. So I was able to take this and get it submitted over to CGC. Again, this was back in 2019, I guess, is when I got it submitted. So it was a while ago. And again, the only time I ever did CGC was with this book here and a few others. You can see these two books up here. Also were the Captain America and the Hulk book were part of that, that submission. So I want to take a few minutes to just talk about Kitty Pryde for a second. Like Kitty Pryde, as I've been going through the Omni X-Men, series with John from John's Comics with Kids. If you guys are not familiar with our show, we do a show every Tuesday, pretty much through the fall, all the way up until the summertime. Every year, we're wrapping up our 5th year. Actually, this Tuesday, it's our finale giveaway show. But the show itself has just been so much fun, just talking X-Men with John, reading X-Men, going over, issue by issue with the community that we've built and the people that support our show. And it's just been incredible. And from that, I've learned that Kitty Pryde is like just one of my favorites. And I think a lot of it has to do with like the innocence of her, she's young and inspired and motivated and wants to be part of the team and wants to help, wants to do good, wants to figure out how to use her powers. She's going into starting out, she didn't even know in the Dark Phoenix Saga, she didn't even know really how to use her powers. There's a scene in here where her parents send her to her room. She goes up to bed and when she falls asleep, she ends up like falling through the roof or the ceiling, I guess you should say, down to the bottom floor, and is like confused as to why she got there, and her parents are wondering. So it's really cool to just see so early on a mutant, figuring out her powers and how to use them for good, how to use them for abilities. And so some of the covers here, as I go through some of this, are going to be her growing up, her older, and you can see. The other reason I really like her is, her powers are just incredible. And from a creative standpoint, just thinking what she could do with them as far as combat goes can get pretty gory, especially if you've read some of the Krakoa era stuff that has passed over the last 3 years. She is I mean, she's already a badass. She's been a badass, but man, she takes care of business and really destroys or beats the hell out of or even kills bad guys in a really creative way, I guess you could say. So that's just, I feel like the sky's the limit when it comes to her abilities. She can float by walking on like the molecules of air, and that's technically part of what she can do. Obviously, she can go through walls. If you guys are not familiar with Kitty Pryde, and there's just so many other ways that she can be creative to use that to her advantage. So, and she plays a key role in the X-Men, like throughout, through and through, really. Just she joins the X-Men, she gets kicked out. She tries to prove herself. She does prove herself. She still gets kicked out. Again, I'm referring to the Claremont stuff, specifically early Claremont. But she's been in everything, all the way up to now in the era, the Krakoan era. So let me show off a couple books. I mean, I have a stack. So just so you guys are aware, this is more or less the stack that I have. Maybe a few other books on the side here. Again, this is all inspired because of Terry's list, just wanting to put this together. And so Terry, thank you, man, for putting this awesome X-Men cover challenge together. Again, if you guys don't follow Terry, I put his information in the description below. His links are down there. Definitely check him out and join in on the fun. If you guys are not already doing it, definitely check it out. I'm having a blast with his challenges, and everybody's, there's a ton. Right now I do my splash page Sunday. Just posted that this morning, so definitely check that out as well. And it's actually a book of my dad's, so a flash book. So definitely go check that out. For Father's Day, I thought it was very timely. So, anyways, let's show some books. Sorry, my dog's barking because my wife's walking the other dog. So Skylar got jealous, and they'll be back and they'll switch, and then it'll be a little more quiet. I don't even know where to start other than. I mean, I guess I'll again, I showed off my two favorite covers. So, I have this book here, right? I just showed this one off before. This is 129. And the other one that I showed off in the reel that I posted for Throw Your Sets Up Saturday yesterday was this one right here. This is issue 168. And that's some Paul Smith goodness right there. If you guys are not familiar with Paul, this is an artist that took over after John Byrne. I have a bunch of them up here, but you can see. So I had three. You can see I have a 9.6. Sorry, behind me there. Just a blue label 9.6, because I as I was buying them, that was like a steal of a deal. It was like $40 for that thing. So I couldn't pass that up. Anytime I see this book, I buy it. That's what I do. Because I love this is the one that has the famous, her turning around at the front splash page saying Professor X is a jerk. So if you guys have ever seen that phrase or that splash page before, that's from this book right here, because the issue prior to this, she gets kicked out of the X-Men. Professor X thinks that she still has a lot to learn, which she does have a lot to learn still. But she's already been through a ton of really serious, deadly missions with the X-Men. And now she feels like she's being demoted to, the new team, the New Mutants that have been introduced around this time too. So, it's definitely for her. She goes through all these different tactics to try to win Professor X over, to try to talk him into like letting her back in on the team. She's trying to woo him. She's trying to, play nice with him, compliment him, remind him how smart he is and all this other stuff. And then she's also playing like a stern game and all the reasons, all the things she's done before. So she has all these different tactics that she tries. I thought it was really cool. So that was 168. So those were the primary two that I first showed off on Instagram. There's my dad right there. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I was just on the phone with him earlier. Just showing off some Kitty Pryde X-Men covers that I have in my collection. So here's 151. This is when she first, she thinks she's leaving the group. So this is a bit earlier compared to the one I just showed there. But again, this is I think JR. This is right after Byrne. The Byrne era, which ended in 143, was the last Byrne issue. Let me see. I'm sorry, that's Cockrum and Rubenstein, not JR. JR does do some in-betweens around this period, though, as well. But this is Rubenstein and Dave Cockrum there. So that was the other cool thing. So Dave Cockrum, who started it off with Chris Claremont, takes a break not takes a break, but he's doing a ton of other things. Well, John Byrne kind of came in after 107, I think, X-Men 107 or 108. Sorry, 108, and ran with it. And Dave Cockrum kind of came in and out, and then he kind of jumped back in once Byrne left. So this is part of that. And Rubenstein was a big part of a lot of this era too, especially the stuff that kind of comes after this, and even like the Wolverine miniseries and all that. Rubenstein was inking for a lot of that stuff for Frank Miller. So that's a cool book there. I'm going to keep it with this era before I go to like the newer stuff. Here's all right. So I'm kind of going backwards here. Here's Uncanny X-Men 139. This is when she joins the team, and this cover has been homaged, time and time again. So if you guys have ever seen this, I saw recently like a Miles Morales cover that was kind of similar to that. So that was cool. But that is 139 right there. So again, just kind of going backwards. This is 153. Which was a really, really fun issue that I remember breaking this down with John and Fable. One collection down. If you guys follow Fable, he was our guest of that evening, probably a couple of years ago at this point, as far as this, when we did this actual issue. And this is like her fairy tale that she tells to Ileana, who's having nightmares. And the whole thing is basically just Kitty Pryde's made up story. And that's why she's, featured on the cover here the way she is. And, she takes all the different characters that we know from the X-Men and really makes it in a really fun way. Like, look at Wolverine here. You got the little night crawlers. They were called Bamfs, little Bamfs. And then Storm here and a few others. So really cool stuff. Those were all just, they were great issues. Let's see, these are all modern. I do have let's see, this is Marvel Team Up and for her and Spider-Man issue number 135. I've not read this one yet. I'm actually not sure when it takes place as far as in the story. Let's see, it's 83, so it's right there around all those others. So and this is Milgram, our good friend Al Milgram, and Friends, Frenz. I'm not as familiar with Friends or Friends, but that's Al Milgram working on that one. And I know Al did a few other things with Kitty Pryde here too, which I thought I put aside here. Oh yeah. So let's talk about this real quick. This is part of the Kitty Pryde and Wolverine mini series. If you guys have never read this is with Chris Claremont and Al Milgram. I actually got a chance to talk and interview with Al Milgram about this series on an earlier stream, or an earlier video, I should say. I should link that down below after I finish the stream. I'll add that. Really cool and fun time talking with Al. He's a great guy. So he had worked on, I think it was the third or the fourth omnibus and that I was going to have him sign. And he was like, he's like, why? I don't remember, I didn't do anything on the X-Men series. And then when we flipped through it is when he saw that his miniseries was part of that omnibus. So he shared, he's like, this is why I'm on it, because I worked on this series with him. They were trying to find some way for them to, he wanted to work on X-Men somehow, and this was just an opportunity to get Al Milgram on X-Men. He was so busy with Spider-Man and Spectacular and everything else that Al was doing at the time. But they were able to manage this 6-issue miniseries. So this is a great set of books here as well. And of course, this is, if you guys have never read this, I mean, it's fantastic. This is where we learn about Kitty Pryde and Wolverine when they go off to Japan. And everything that she goes through, having to, she learns, look, this is beautiful covers, by the way, but she learns how to fight and how to, she becomes kind of ruthless. And it starts with her because there's this guy Shogun, or is it Shogun or Go, I think I forgot how to pronounce his name. I think it's Shogun. He's like the villain in this, and he kind of like has her mind like brainwashed essentially. And at first she's like, fighting for him. And Wolverine kind of turns that around. There he is right there. That's the bad guy. I think it's Shogun. Let's see. My dad said Ron Friends did Thor, Superman, and much more. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't really seen his signature before. But I'm sure I've seen his work then if he's done a lot of that stuff. What's up, Eric? Happy Father's Day. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for swinging by, showing some Kitty Pryde covers off here this morning. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, my friend. Kitty, kitty, kitty. That's right. That's right. Hope you're doing well. Magic Lasso. Let's see. JSS, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yeah, just showing off my Kitty Pryde collection. Thanks to Terry Vaughn's X-Men list that he's been doing this season for June. The cover challenge list. If you guys have not seen it, definitely check it out and follow Terry. I put his information down below. It's been a ton of fun. And so this kind of inspired me to show off all my Kitty Pryde books. So here's number 6. So that's the 6th issue. And you'll notice there's a split down every one of these issues. Al goes into a whole kind of just story about why he did that the way he did it. And it's really cool. So like I said, I'll link that down below because you guys should check that out. It's a lot of fun. And Al had a really cool story behind all that. So those are the those are the 6 issues there. Let's see. And then we're getting into, I think, a little bit more of the modern stuff. Actually, I do have, that's a reprint, but I do have a couple copies of this. I think I have like 3 or 4 copies of the real thing. I try to buy it when I can if it's a good deal. First appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost, I think, is a must-have for any fan. So this is, like I said, this is the reprint version of it, but whatever you can get, definitely worth it. This is, I found this Marvel Age. This is another cool Kitty Pryde and Wolverine cover here for the Marvel Age, comic that they had put out. This is more informal than story, I think. I thought I had. Did I grab? No, I didn't. All right, so let me put that down. Oh, here we go. I was looking for these other ones before I get into the other new stuff. I was like, I know I had other Prime. Okay, so here I couldn't find them. So here are my the other 2 at least that I could find of the originals. For the 129s, and then I wanted to show the this is 131 I wanted to show. Now, granted, this obviously is more focused on Emma Frost. This is still part of the Dark Phoenix saga. It's only a couple issues after Kitty Pryde's introduction, but I wanted to show this because it is, well, one, I mean, Kitty Pryde's on the front cover, so technically you could call this a Kitty Pryde cover. She's being carried away by Nightcrawler, who's trying to save her from the White Queen. And you can see all the goons there trying to take on Cyclops and Colossus. But really cool about this issue. So the rest of the team, as you can see here, they're all locked up, being watched by some of Emma's, goons, as I call them. And they're all in these cages, and these cages are like a power dampener. So they don't have their mutant abilities. They can't use anything. So that's why they're just trapped in there. And Kitty Pryde has a key role here, no pun intended, but where she basically helps them escape without the key. So that's this issue. And the reason I wanted to highlight this as well is because I have a really cool variant that they came out with. It's Marauders 6. This came out like 3 years ago, when it was celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Dark Phoenix saga. There was a bunch of artists who had done like homage covers to scenes, not homage covers, but homage scenes and panels to what went on in the originals. And this is one of them. I thought this was amazing to see that somebody homaged this moment, which is, again, Wolverine is weak. He can't get out of his cage. And Kitty Pryde sneaking around while there's distractions going on. She goes over and uses her abilities to unlock the door there and get him out of there. So this was such a big moment here for her. And again, stepping up, she was scared at this time, but she ended up being brave and doing what needed to be done to help the team. So that was awesome. I actually don't know who the artist is, but the description at the bottom just says Dark Phoenix Saga variant 4 of 12, if anybody's looking for because they did 12 altogether of this 40th anniversary celebration. Caged in the Hellfire Club, Wolverine is set free by newly discovered mutant Kitty Pryde. So that's kind of the description there at the bottom. Again, Marauders number 6. This is cover B. So really cool stuff there. Let's see. Ryan said, Justin, are you buying the monthly X-Men facsimiles? Yes, I am. And that was one of them that I was just showing. Oh, the reprint here. So yeah, I've been buying all of these as well. So I think they're on 135, 134, something like that. So anytime I see them as they come out, I do try to pick them up as well. Just such a iconic. It's one of my favorite stories of all time. As you know, Ryan. So yeah, really, really, really great stuff. Yes, and she is slab behind me. Yeah, that was that one of the many copies that I have. That one is the one cover slab version that I bought. It was like dirt cheap, like 40 or $50 or something like that on a claim sale. So I couldn't pass that up. And it's a 9.6, in case anybody was wondering. So there were those, and then also the other one that I wanted to show that's of this era, especially the John Byrne era, is 143. This is a classic as well. If you guys have never read, it's also great because it's a Christmas comic book. So I always post this around in December for Christmas. As you can see it up there, you see the Christmas tree and presents in the background over here. And this is Kitty Pryde, who is left in the mansion by herself. And there's this alien that breaks through, and they basically destroy the whole mansion. The whole school is completely destroyed because of she's trying to escape. The monsters obviously destroying the walls and the rooms and the building, and she ends up escaping. It's a really fun issue. It's just a kind of a standalone, but it does get recalled a few other times in later issues, which is nice. And just again, appreciate that, Claremont always tying stuff together, always planting seeds and everything in between. But a great Christmas issue, great Christmas cover. So if you guys don't have this, and this one, out of all the John Byrne stuff, this is probably the most affordable cover or book out of any of them. So I think you can get this for I saw it going for like $12 the other day. I mean, anything John Byrne, $20 or less, I typically will buy. But yeah, these are, I mean, I guess a nice copy, nice cover of this is probably a good maybe $20 to $30, but that's still cheap compared to what the Dark Phoenix Saga and all those others can cost. Let me see if I had any others in this pile. I guess I didn't grab. I thought I grabbed the. Oh man, I had to have grabbed 141. Maybe I didn't. Ooh. Well, I have 141. If you guys have never seen 141, I swear I grabbed it, and I guess I didn't. So 141 would be the other cover that's iconic, and the book, obviously, his story is iconic. That should be part of this list. Let's see. Universal, good morning. I'm doing good. Happy Father's Day. Thanks for hanging out. First time here. Awesome, man. Take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're an X-Men fan or Kitty Pryde fan, you're in the right spot right now. So let's see. I'll go through the modern stuff. Maybe the book is mixed in with some of my other books here, but I swear I grabbed 141. Oh, you know what? Here's an homage to 141. This was another unique one that I found. So this is a little newer. And I've never seen it before. I don't even remember. It's Marvel Universe, all ages. And it's like another little side story around this time, but this homages the famous 141. If you guys have never seen that before, so that was why I wanted to grab this one as well. So I thought that was really cool. Man, I meant to have it to hold up next to it, unless I have it right here. Is this it? Nope. Have some Wonder Woman covers here. I've been organizing and cleaning, so it's been a little crazy here, but I guess I didn't take it out. Okay. Well, there's that. And then getting into some of the newer stuff, I just wanted to grab a few others here. This is for Marauders, issue number 16. Her and Emma on the front here with Shaw on the floor being stomped out, which is always a nice view for seeing that set up. So thought this was great. And this is Russell Dauterman. I think he did all the Marauder stuff, and he's done just a ton in general with X-Men. So really cool stuff. And Kitty Pryde, Captain Pryde, or Captain, is it Captain Pryde that they called her? And they called her Kate at that time. She's older now, but she had a ship that she was running, so that was why she's looking a little bit more like a pirate there. Sorry, I keep looking at this stack. I'm like, I swear I took that book out. 141, can't find it. Let's see some other ones. So this is a cool Disney homage. her and Emma Frost. And again, for anyone wondering why there's so many with her and Emma Frost, they very much tie together. There's a ton of stories, and of course they were introduced together as they're both of their first appearances. So Emma plays the villain in a lot of Kitty's stories, especially with the New Mutants and all that stuff that ties into it. So a lot of times you'll see these two together in various ways. So let's see. My dad said, always loved the original X-Men black and yellow uniforms. Yeah. Oh, they're the best. They're the best. And there you go. There's Kitty's there. And you got Lockheed, of course. So her and Lockheed. Actually, speaking of Lockheed, I have another one here. This is new. This came out just like a month ago. This is issue number 1 of the new Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. So I was showing you guys the original Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. This is still Chris Claremont. Chris Claremont came back to write this. Unfortunately, it's not Al Milgrom. I don't know why they didn't. I mean, I felt like there's such an opportunity there to bring back Al and have Chris and Al back on the artwork here to do, a second telling. It's supposed to continue to take place during the time of their original. So that's, kind of some behind the scenes stuff. So there's a nice, this is her as Shadow Cat. She's had a lot of different nicknames. Shadow Cat, Sprite was another one. And there's Lockheed there too. And this is cover A. So as you can see, very much still of the Japan vibes here with the housing and the background. And then, of course, Kitty Pryde having her hair cut short here. That was in that original series as well. So, again, it all kind of takes place at this time. So those are that. This is issue number 2. It just came out like last week. I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely continue to buy. I assume they're going to do it's like another probably 6 issues or something like that. I think it's just a mini series. Let's see. I'm going to hold off on these for a moment. Put these towards the bottom. Here is a beautiful Terry Dodson cover. And this is from the later years of Uncanny X-Men 535. Cool kind of a poster looking cover. Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson love their artwork, and they did a lot during this time period for the X-Men. Kitty Pryde's a bit older now. I never read this era, but I was flipping through it yesterday, and it looks really cool. Apparently she's stuck in her what do you call that form where she can walk through walls and stuff. She's like stuck in that form, so she can't like touch anything or grab anything. So it's a interesting scenario that she's in at the moment. But anyways, that's a great cover there that I had. These also follow. This is 537, another great Kitty Pryde cover by Terry and Rachel Dodson. Screaming Silence, Bleeding Violence. What a title, huh? So she's there. I grabbed this one. This is 538. So right after that, she's on the front along with the team. So kind of more of a team cover here, but wanted to throw that in there. Let's see. Universal says, I have comics I want to sell and buy. I have 2 comic stores here where I live. One comic owner is very nice man, but small store. Other comic store owner has big store, but very mean and very unfriendly. Oh man, that sounds like you're in a pickle there. I don't really sell comics, so I don't really have advice other than go to whoever's nicer or go to whoever will give you a good deal, Universal. Ryan says, you can definitely tell that was a Dodson cover. Yeah, for sure. His style is so cool. I love his style. Let's see. He says, Universal says, I enjoy comic books. That's why I'm online here on your YouTube channel. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yes. Justin, buyer of comics. That's right. Get a tattoo of that, Ryan. All right, here are some of the famous, love covers, or how do you put it? As her and Colossus have had a history of relationship covers, as you will. This couple here. I know it's a bit controversial. These two together, maybe not at this time of how old they are here, but when they were initially, when she was initially introduced, they were essentially dating at a very young age, and Kitty Pryde was only 14. I think Colossus was 19 at the time. We've been talking about this on the show, like, what was the exact age and everything, and was it right? Was it wrong? It definitely feels a bit too far out of range, a 19-year-old dating a 14-year-old. So yeah, there's definitely some cringe to the early days of learning about the relationship between Peter Rasputin and Kitty Pryde. But as they get older, yes, they have a long history of getting married and all these everything else in between. And so here's another great cover of the two of them kind of back to back. And I just love the usage of her powers kind of going through him. Anytime that an artist can display that in a creative way, I think is really cool. So you can see her arm kind of going through Colossus's hip there. Here's the wedding issue. I put this in quotations because, and I've never read it, but I don't think it actually goes down from what I've heard from people that talked about it. And I should read this at some point just to know kind of what happened with her. Here, I've been reading Claremont stuff and just trying to get to it from there, which is going to take me forever. But this is a really nice J. Scott Campbell cover. So nice to see J. Scott Campbell doing some Kitty Pryde. And again, you can see like kind of her leg going through his knee there. Again, just a really cool creative way to show her powers and what she does. So wanted to show that one off as well. Let's see. This one here, the two of them again. This is a Phil Noto cover. Love Phil Noto. And you have Colossus here kind of trying to go after her, and his hand goes right through Kitty as she's crying, trying to ignore or walk away from Peter. So, and I guess I assume this also takes place right around that time. Maybe not, because you can see the wet, like the flowers here. I don't know. Maybe it's after things go south. Let's see. I just showed this one. That's another. I have multiples of this cover, so I love that one. That's John Cassidy, by the way. Let's see. And then I have this is just classic Kitty Pryde. If you guys, for those who know Kitty, like this is her outfit changes throughout the years are just crazy. And especially at the early Claremont age, or early Claremont stages, I should say, his era was just wild. So she's a kid, and this is I remember my buddy Sove Collector Michael, when we had a chance to talk with Chris Claremont in person. We had like a half hour. It was me, him, Paul, PJ Morris, and Chinmo. We had an opportunity to talk for like 35 minutes with Chris at Terrificon like 2 years ago. And I remember Sove Collector Michael asked, what's with all the, the change. I think it was Michael who said, what's with all the changes of, the outfits? And he's like, she's 14. She's a kid. She's a teenager. She's just, being creative and going against the grain and just doing what she wants to do. There was no strategy to it. She was just spunky and wanted to, try on different clothes and be different and dress differently. So I thought this was a great cover to that. And this just came out. Again, this is part of the Wolverine Kitty Pryde, run that's been going on. So this is just came out like 2 weeks ago, or no, sorry, a month ago. This is issue number 1, but had to pick this up. Also, I think this is is it Todd or David Knock? Man, I think it's Todd. I can't now. I'm getting names mixed up here, but yeah, Knox works really good stuff too. Let's see. We got in the chat. We got my man Gore Vidal saying, "Katya, hola, hello, my friend. Good to see you." Let's see. My boy Johnny. A Kitty Pryde party without me. Just kidding. Happy end of Omni X-Men gang. Yeah. End of the season. Clarify that, John. You're going to give people heart attacks. Not the end, but the end of season 5 coming up this Tuesday. I was talking about it earlier. Yeah, man. I mentioned before, and happy Father's Day. Mentioned before that, Terry Vaughn's list kind of inspired me to, put this together, just get all my best Kitty Pryde covers and show them off. So I meant to do it yesterday because yesterday was the day, June 14th, that he had on his list. But I had to push it back to this morning. So that's why I'm jumping in here doing a fun stream. Let's see, Rod the Rican in the chat. What is going on, Rod? Hope all is well. Let's see. Yes, very Dazzler-ish for sure. Very Dazzler-ish. Kenneth Bird in the chat. How you doing, Kenneth? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, I'm almost done here. I got just a few more books. This one is a Mark Brooks cover. This is, I wanted to include this, even though it's not just her. She's very much on the cover though with the rest of the team. And this is again from, I mean, it's a unique group of team members here, having like Forge and Havoc. So I thought this was a cool way to throw this one in. And Storm here with the Mohawk. I mean, come on, how badass is that, right? And there's Kitty. So yeah, really good stuff there. Mark Brooks did a ton of these last year, a year and a half ago. So if you guys never picked any of these up, the corner box covers, they're really good. Let's see. I have 4 more, and I have to get my this. It is, I don't know if you guys can tell. Anyone who's been hanging out with me, it's been bothering me that I don't have my 151. So let me. I'm gonna pause the stream, not pause the stream. I'm gonna get this really quick because I have to have that for this stream. Otherwise, it just is not an official stream. So hang tight. Let's see. 140. There it is. 141. All right. Yeah, commercial break. Exactly. I should have played the music. Okay, so I meant to grab this earlier. This one right here, 141. I was showing some really cool homage covers to it, and that one really cool cover. Oh, now everything's out of place. See, completely threw it all off there. Oh, here it is. So this is what I was trying to show. So I showed this earlier, and this is the one I was saying it was kind of homaging. So yeah, if you guys have never read 141, I was just talking to my buddy Dave, Four Corners Comics, about this particular book. He asked me what is my like all-time favorite John Byrne and Claremont read or issue, and 141 is what came to mind for me, specifically John Byrne, something that John Byrne worked on with Chris Claremont. So 141. And if you guys have never read, this is Dark Days of Future Past. If you guys have never read Days of Future Past, this book 141, 142, those are the 2 issues that you need to read if you haven't. Really epic stuff. So I wanted to grab these because I wanted to show this other cover. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but they were doing another homage to just scenes from this era, and it must have been a couple of years ago or whenever I got this. I don't even think, do I have? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, cool. So this is actually from 2020, thanks to my notes here in the back, as you can see. I paid $5 for this back in July of 2020 is when I bought it. I bought it from Fat Collectibles, which is over on the West Coast, because in 2020 I was shopping everywhere because you couldn't go anywhere. So this was part of their claim sales. And the artist here is Javier Rodriguez. This is part of the Days of Future Past series from 2020. So a really cool homage to older Kitty Pryde. If you guys are wondering why, this older woman here, this is Kitty Pryde at the start of this issue, because it takes place in the future. So that's where you can see some really cool action scenes. And this is where Wolverine first comes in and saves her in the first few pages of this book. So it's really cool. And again, it takes place in the city rundown area in this futuristic world where mutants are slaves and a lot of them are killed already, or they're trapped in these mutant camps. It's a really heavy read if you guys have never read it, but I always found this to be a really cool homage, and I love these in general. I was showing the other one off before that homage the Dark Phoenix saga stuff, her unlocking the key for Wolverine's cage, all that stuff. It's just so cool that a different angle for an artist to create, and I hope they do more of these, because a lot of the the 50th anniversary of Giant Size X-Men just came up. That just passed. It was this past month. So they're going to start doing it. A lot of these were for 40th anniversary things, I think, or I guess this was 2020. So, this came out in 2020. So I guess this was a 45 year. I guess it would have been at this time 40-year anniversary, because this was 1980. That's why. I forgot. So I keep thinking Giant Size. That was 75. 1980 is 141. So they'll be doing another anniversary, I'm sure, for that as well. And hopefully we get more cool variant covers like that. John agrees. He says Kitty has so many great variants and covers over the years. One of the best. I could not agree more. Let's see. John says, is it Enyuk Lee who did the cover where she's coming through the back of the comic? I think so. I actually don't know. I don't think I have that cover, John. One of the few maybe that I don't have. But that sounds really cool. The other one that was similar to this time period, and it's in the Danger Room, is Kitty Pryde here. This is like right when she joins the team. So I showed, I think it was 139, whatever the issue was that I just showed earlier in the stream, but this is her joining the team, and you could see everybody in the Danger Room, including Angel, right? So this is during the time Angel was still, included. So really cool stuff there. Last two issues that I want to show here before I wrap up. Coming up on the hour here, and again, appreciate everybody jumping in on a Father's Day Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. This one here stands. I mean, I'm gonna always remember this cover. This is part of the Powers of X, House of X, Powers of 10 mini series or maxi series, the 12-issue run that Hickman had kicked off for the Krakoan era. This is a variant that came out for it. It's her and Lockheed, and they are battling a soldier. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning, where I love how her powers, her abilities could be so dangerous. And as a kid, you don't get to see a lot of that yet because she's this kid, for the Claremont stuff, and you don't see the violent side of what she can be or what she can do. I guess you do see it in the Kitty Pryde Wolverine a little bit, so that's Claremont. But other than that, like her straight up putting a knee through this dude, like, come on, how crazy is this? And there was like other scenes in this book where she takes people, because she can bring them with them through walls and stuff, and she'll sink them down into the ground so their body is into the cement, and then she'll come back out separately. So this is such a great cover, and a great series. Again, if you guys have never read House of X, Powers of 10, this is such a great 12-issue series that I just absolutely love. And this book is one of my all-time favorite Kitty Pryde covers. Just had to take some time to show it off. I don't see the artist on this, unfortunately, but it is cover. It's the 8th cover of this run. They did a ton, and this is Powers of X. This is issue 4 of 10. In case anybody was wondering or wanted to see where this fell in the storyline. So that book right there. Then I have one more that I'm going to show. Let's see, Justin, did you get the Giant Size X-Men spot foil facsimile? That was a promo item from GameStop. Speaking of Giant Size X-Men 1, I did not from GameStop. I feel like I have a foil. Did they do multiple? And when was that, Ryan? Was that recently or a while back? Because I have a foil, but I thought it was like one that just naturally came out when they were releasing facsimiles. John says her ability to fight with blades and use her phasing talent at the same time makes her unstoppable. Agreed. It's like so cool. So this scene right here, he says she put the grenade inside a guy. So this particular scene, I think it's, if we're referencing the same thing, at least the grenade portion of this, what John is saying, that's the other book I want to show. This is X-Men 25 of the Fall of X era, which is recent. Actually, you want this is funny. I realized I put this. You want to see my notes? I showed you guys. Sometimes I put notes on the back, of certain issues. This one's upside down here, but it tells me, the artist and writer, which obviously Claremont and Byrne, any details, first destination, Avalanche, Pyro, and Rachel Summers' first appearance. Again, I'm showing this book here. And then I also put in my notes, I bought it August 2020 for $50 from Rage Theo. This came out in 1981, even though the cover actually says 1980. But anyways, I show that, and I show the back here for a sec, because you want to see what I put for this book right here, my notes. This is what I put. This. Just this. If you guys have never read this book, you really should. This is an issue where, as Shadowcat, she goes bonkers, and she is basically on her own at this time. And it's during the fallout, the fall of X, after the Krakoan era. It's a bad time for mutants, and they're being, everyone's trying to kill them or capture them in some way, shape, or form. Very similar to the 141 stuff. And what she does in this issue is absolutely insane, including, yes, things with grenades that she places inside of these bad guys, these goons with the red, odd shaped helmets. And here, where she's just doing it with the blade, like, the creativity for this stuff is absolutely insane. And that's what I love so much. And she's such a badass. So if you guys even if you guys haven't read everything, this is a book you should at least flip through just to see the creative side of what the artist did here for a lot of this stuff. And again, if you guys need a reminder, that was my reminder. This book right here, I think I bought like several copies too. Caselli. So Jerry Duggan did the writing for this. Caselli, I can't remember Caselli's first name off the bat, but Caselli was listed here as the artist on the issue. So if anybody was interested or looking for that, yeah, the fight scenes are absolutely insane. I could not agree more. Ryan says you had to buy 2 Marvel Legend figures to get one. Oh, cool. I didn't realize that. It was this month. Oh, I wonder if they're still available. I would love to have that. Oh, and it's a spot foil. That's cool. Okay. Oh, that's even better. I like the spot foil stuff as opposed to everything. Oh man, Ryan, I'm gonna have to try to hunt that down now. If they still have it. If it's this month, I don't know. I mean, we're already it's already the 15th, which is kind of crazy. Can't believe it's June 15th already. Anyways, if I had to choose, like I said, these are my, my 2 favorites here. I posted these both up on my Instagram page for Throw Your Sets Up. Saturday, I posted all the issues that I had. I have like 6 of these. I think I shared like 3 or 4 of them, and I have like 3 or 4 of these as well. So I just shared a bunch of those. I will always buy these covers, especially like this one is a bit pricier for sure, being the first appearance. But this one, $168. Anytime I see this, you can find this book anywhere from $5 to $20, depending on the condition and all that stuff. So it's just such a classic Kitty Pryde cover. So these books I will try to buy as often as possible. They're just great books. And then of course, yeah, if you ever run into this, just pick it up. Anyways, I think that is that. Reminder, we have Omni X-Men, the grand finale here of season 5 coming up this Tuesday on this channel. Me, and when I say we, it's not just me, it's me and John from John's Comics with Kids. We will be giving away a ton of really cool giveaways that we do every year, including a commission piece from our featured artist of the season, Roscoe from Geek Out with Roscoe. If you guys have not, actually, I'll throw it up here real quick since I have it saved. Roscoe, who's a great member to our community, and I've known him really ever since I got into the Instagram and YouTube community. And actually, I met him through Rod the Rican's Lamer Frame show. And this is the artwork that we're going to be giving away. So really, really amazing connecting cover here, or I should say wraparound that Roscoe did. So if you guys don't follow Roscoe, make sure you do so. He's such a great guy over on Instagram. And like I said, we're going to be hanging out this Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern, where you get a chance to win that artwork along with a bunch of other things that we'll be giving away, including Lego and other individual issues. I have a bunch. I know John's giving away a bunch of mystery boxes that he puts together, and it's a lot of fun just hanging out. So be there, swing by if you can, get your name on the wheel, because that's the only way you can win stuff is if your name's on the wheel. We might do some stuff for people live in the chat as well, so you have a chance to win there. But you definitely want to get your name on the wheel. We'll do some trivia based on last episode. If you guys missed that, that's on John's channel as we go back and forth every other Tuesday. So that's this Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern. I cannot wait. And then, of course, it'll be the summertime, and then we'll be back again for season 6 in the fall. So, Omni X-Men will be back as our usual, but very excited And yeah, so again, happy Father's Day to everybody out there, all the amazing fathers. Appreciate everything you do, whether you're a father, a granddad, a father figure in some way, shape, or form, or even if you just you have a dad. Whatever, however you celebrate this with friends and family, I hope you do so and can do that today and just enjoy the day. I hope we get some decent weather. I'm getting ready to go to a family party as well. We'll be hanging out with a bunch of really cool dads and cousins and uncles and things like that. So yeah, other than that, it is Splash Page. Oh, I wanted to show that real quick. It is Splash Page Sunday, my hashtag I've been putting up. So for Splash Page Sunday, this is the book that I had shared for over on Instagram. So Dad, if you're still here, this is my dad's work, Flash 43, and this is the splash page that I showed off. So anybody who doesn't partake, if you want to, just find a really cool splash page. It can be in any comic book, anywhere. Just as you're flipping through or reading, or if you have a favorite splash page, and share it. Open up the book and take a picture of it and share it. But just want to show that because this is my dad's artwork that he had done back in the 90s. So yeah, volume 2 of The Flash. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Appreciate everybody who has been hanging out. Yes, Rachel Summer Dinners. Yes, sorry. Hashtag Rachel Dinners. Ryan 129 was the first X-Men book I ever owned and read. That's amazing. It's that's an amazing time to really jump into that, Ryan. So perfect to catch the very front of that Dark Phoenix saga. Yeah, with you there. Love the Flash. Wonder Woman 251 splash page. Look it up. I will. 251. I got to see what issue that is. Oh, I don't know if I showed you, Ryan. I just bought I'm doing this because she's like cuffed. Issue 200, Wonder Woman 200, 201, the bondage covers. Either 199 and 200, or 200 and 201. It was around that era. I bought it. I actually bought it a few weeks ago, but I've been meaning to show that off, so maybe I'll do that soon too. But I'll definitely check that out. And thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. Happy Father's Day, and to all the fathers there, happy Father's Day. Again, if you're watching the replay, thanks so much. Take some time to smash the like button if you haven't already. Shout out to Terry Vaughn 9. His information is down below. He is the inspiration for this stream, me showing off all these really cool Kitty Pryde comics. So yeah, oh, there it is. Yeah, the 99 and 2000. Thanks, man. Again, have a great Father's Day, everybody, and we'll see you Tuesday, hopefully, for Omni X-Men. Until then, I will talk to you later.